everyone, welcome to Walk the Talk with Bulbeer. Today I have with me interior designer Aakif Habib, the founder of Atelier Habib. Hi Aakif.
Hi Bulbeer.
Welcome to Walk the Talk with Bulbeer.
Thanks for having me on your show.
My pleasure. Thanks for making time for it.
Not at all.
Aakif, in your travels, what hidden gem has most inspired your design aesthetic?
So to be honest, I don't think a place or a piece has really been, but of course the detail in a space or a structure or a monument or a city, that's what I really chase, and that's really inspired a lot of my design, a lot of my life. So yeah, I think the detail is what really makes a difference.
How do you strike a balance between your signature style and a client's unique vision for their luxury space?
So I don't really drift a lot from my style, but I definitely try to get the client into a zone where it's a win-win situation for both. And then eventually I try that the client also, somehow succumbs to my to my design, if I may say it. And yeah, so then it's a long journey making a home. As you know, we're into luxury homes, so it's not something which is done in 120 days. It takes a while, and then then everybody becomes like family.
Correct.
And then you're dealing with, a babuji, the grandfather. You're dealing with the second generation. You're also dealing with the third generation who says, he needs to get into a nightclub somewhere. So yeah, so then it all becomes family. So I think they all agree to my style sometime, or my design sensibility.
So when you said babuji and dad and the son, all generations, how is which is the toughest to handle?
So I'll tell you, I'm doing a home now. It's quite large. It's about 30,000 square feet in Delhi, and I'm dealing with 3 generations.
Okay.
I've dealt with each generation individually. At some point in my 22 years of my design career, and I think it's a fantastic journey through all of them. Yeah. Also, I just finished a home in Jaipur. It was to be a second home. The boy was 6 years old when I did his room. For the father built the house, and now that 6-year-old has become a 22-year-old. And I've done his second home, which he's really enjoying. It's all over Instagram and stuff.
Lovely.
Yeah.
So you enjoy working with all generations?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's simple for you. It's like butter.
Yeah,
absolutely smooth.
Absolutely, yeah.
Awesome. Let's shift gears a bit. What was your first car? Any funny stories from your early driving days?
No early driving days. We are on the 26th of May. Everybody's talking of early driving. No early driving days. I started driving at the age of 18.
Lovely.
But the first car, I think for everybody in India, would have been a Fiat, I had a Fiat Delight, if I'm not mistaken. So it was a fabulous car. And then, of course, we shifted on to the Mercedes immediately because that was the family car.
Okay. So how is it now? Does your son, who's just turned 16, want to drive? Is he already excited about it?
Yeah, but he needs to wait till he's 18. That's the legal age. Yeah.
That's
so I
amazing.
don't. Yeah, because I was also into motorsports. So I would like him also to at some stage at least try and be enthusiastic about the sport. So then you have to get it right. So yeah, he can wait until he's 18.
Rules are rules.
Absolutely.
To be followed.
Absolutely.
Perfect. How has your personal definition of luxury design evolved over your 20-year career?
See, it evolves every day. Design is something that you learn, that you have studied, and you still continue to study. So I think there's so much happening in the world. I've been blessed that I've been in the Middle East for some time. I visit often. I'm in London quite often. I'm in Milan, Paris. Everywhere. So I think every day for me is an education, and every day that I see something new, and then I also think that they're all going back into the classical form, and which is amazing. So every day is a new day, and I think every day is a journey. And I think I learn, or even if I'm browsing through something on the net, or on the phone, or on Instagram, or whatever, it's a learning experience.
Lovely. You travel the world for work. Is there a specific road trip you've always dreamt of taking? scenic route or the high octane adventure?
So I've really driven a lot in the world. So I've done the Swiss Alps. I've driven many times from Milan to say Innsbruck, Austria. I do a lot of driving when I'm in London. I've driven in the Himalayas. I've driven in Kashmir. I've driven in Himachal Pradesh. But but one day I want to do a nice driving experience. So driving on ice, and I think I'll do it sooner than later.
What's your go-to method for de-stressing and recharging your creative spark?
So we work late hours, as you know, at least while we are in India, we really work late hours. So the de-stress is to just take out one of our vintage or classic cars and go out for a drive. Now when I'm in Bombay, I like to drive. There are the expressways and the new roads that are being built, which are fabulous. So I think when I'm in Bombay, I do that. When I'm in other parts of the world, I of course try and venture out into closer by cities.
Lovely. What are your travel essentials? A must-have item you always pack for a design project abroad?
So I'm not an iPad guy, but I'm a laptop guy. So I need a large escape. So of course my laptop goes with me. I ensure that there's a measuring tape. So sometimes if I want to do that, my sketch pens, everything, is the normal stuff that I carry. I don't travel light ever.
What are you passionate about outside of the world of design? Do you have any hidden hobbies or talents?
So I'm passionate about art. So I also collect art. Sometimes I promote an artist if I like his work or her work. And I like cars from a very young age. Have been brought up in cars. So these are few things that I like. I like the good life.
Luxurious life.
Absolutely.
With such a successful career, what's next on your personal wish list? Something completely unrelated to design, perhaps?
I don't know. I think the only thing that I know and I'm passionate about is good design. In the sense, I like design. I'm not saying I'm not the best. I may not even be anywhere there, but but I think I eat, sleep, drink. It's all design. It could be fashion. It could be homes. It could be a product. It could be cars. It could be watches. But the intriguing factor has to be the creativity in the product, or it could be a simple thing. It could just be a nice tapestry and embroidery. It's something which is unique. And so I'm a bit into art, the crafts. Yeah.
What do you like working on more? Classic work is your favorite, or modern, contemporary?
So what we do is that we do nice homes. Okay, so I don't want to say that we do classic or we do contemporary or we do modern or neoclassical. These are all just terms. But we try to do a timeless design. It's nice. It's bespoke. After so much interaction with a client, we understand his need and his taste. We want to imbibe our story into his home or her home, and we want to make it really nice, opulent. It's not an expensive design. Some people are very scared. They feel that they come to us, they think it's going to really be expensive. It's not an expensive design. It's the detail that counts. We do a good job. If we specify something, there are always option 2, 3, and 4, which you can offer, and all will be the best. It's not that option 2 or 3 or 4 is not going to be up there. It's definitely going to be there. So if you, we do bespoke chandeliers for projects. We do bespoke hardware that we do. We try to specify certain furniture, accent pieces, so all that kind of stuff. If you've got the budgets, we can get down or collaborate with artisans, for lighting, say in Paris or in Italy, or whatever you need. It's all available. But for sure, it's there. It's going to be timeless. You're going to love it for the next 20 years. You'll not get bored of my design for sure.
I'm sure, because you just mentioned that you had done the boy's home when he was 6 and now 22. So that's a long time. Yes. So it's like really timeless, I'm sure.
No, we love it because if we are if we are the go-to person for say 2 generations or 3 generations, then I think that just speaks for our our commitment. We are here to stay. We are not a fly-by-night operation.
Perfect.
Yeah, so
That's
we want to hold on to our client. We just don't want to make the money today and disappear tomorrow for sure.
But it's really amazing when
Yeah.
you are doing you're doing work for generations in the same family. That
Totally.
just shows how
Yeah, yeah. We've got
passionate
plenty.
you
We
are
can.
and what your
Yeah,
relationship
we've-
with them is.
See,
It's
eventually,
amazing.
it's a personal bond between us.
Totally.
It's never the money or it's never the fee structure or what it is. It's so many that we've actually taken them out or introduced them to more brands or people that we know. So it works both ways. Yeah.
Who has been your biggest inspiration in the world of design? Someone whose work you particularly admire?
I'm not really a big fan of maybe anyone. So I've got I'm not. Yeah, there are people, of course, who I have followed or I've been how do I say, I've been fortunate to meet like BV Doshi
Yeah.
here, Raja Ederi, again nice name in architecture. I worked closely with Yashwant Mistry, who was in Baroda. So that's the Indian bit. But I also have known so many designers across the globe, as friends, as people who we've collaborated with. So there are plenty of them, and yeah, and I continue to do so. So now all fashion brands are into home technically, and we are collaborating with quite a few. For it could be just for one wall hanging or one piece, and which is really exclusive, and that's what gives me a kick. And if you can use something which somebody has not really seen, or it's just a one of one. There's nothing else then.
And what about your favorite artist? Whom are you really inspired by? Whose work you actually get intrigued by? That, oh my God, I love this.
So I'll tell you, Lorenzo Quinn is fabulous as a sculptor. He's also a good friend of mine. I'm sure you guys have seen his work. It's so much. Dale Chihuli, who does work on glass. Yeah, so that we've worked with Andrea Voltolina in Italy. We won an award with him for one of the lights that we designed that was manufactured in Murano. And so that's their Indian artist, Hussein. You can't ever forget or discount. Or he's the man to know. If you're Indian, you know MF Hussein, Tayyib Mehta, the greatest of them all, Raza. So yeah, so many of them.
So many.
Yeah. I've also got another artist who I greatly admire, and I'm working closely with is Zweger. He's in Austria. There's another artist now we're working with on Renaissance work, again from Milan. So yeah, there's so much art in the world. Yeah.
Cool. Aakif, please tell me something about Acetec that you really like.
I think
Or what
Acetec
do you
is
think about Acetec?
Acetec is a huge platform. I think the entire design and architecture fraternity, and also the building construction fraternity, must be thankful to Sumit and his team at Acetec for really getting them together at not once but many times a year in various cities. It could be Bombay, Delhi, the bigger cities, or even the tier 2, tier 3 towns. Of course, I have not been to any of those events, but I'm sure they are top class. But Acetec knows their job, and good luck.
Thank you.